President Biden's campaign manager told CBS News that the president's actions offering legal protections to roughly 500,000 undocumented migrants is a crucial move. Here was some of what Julie Chavez Rodriguez had to say with our political director, Finn Gomez.
Why now? Why not a year ago? Why not a month ago? Why now?
It is a really exciting day for our community, but also to continue to bring forward solutions. As we know, President Biden since day one has really been focused on bringing forward solutions, first through a common sense immigration reform bill that he put forward on day one of his administration. It was a bill that was authored by Congresswoman Linda Sanchez, and I know it's something that she is very proud of, and that he continued to find ways to work with Congress to address this issue, even most recently through the bipartisan legislation that he helped to negotiate. But of course, Donald Trump chose to, tank and encourage Republicans in Congress to vote against. And so the president is staying focused on bringing forward solutions. And this is just, another action that he is able to take to make sure that those U.S. citizens who have spouses who, are unauthorized have the opportunity to be able to keep their families together.
Spouses, and then of course about 50,000 children as well that is expected in this new EO executive order.
Yes, definitely. I appreciate that you also brought up the children because in this moment, it's also a stark reminder of the extremely cruel and chaotic family separation policies that we saw from Donald Trump's administration, where we saw, and I think we can all remember those images of literally crying babies being ripped from their mother's arms. And that is, a very somber reminder for all of us of what the last administration did, the kinds of actions that they took, and what they are professing to do moving forward, which is even more dangerous, more extreme, and more cruel for our community.
Julie, but we are 4.5 months out from the November 5th election. Do you believe this policy will encourage U.S. citizens and mixed status families benefiting from this to vote for the president?
I believe that, it's important that communities really see that the president is fighting for issues that matter to them and to their families. For families who are eligible for this new executive order, they will be able to sleep better tonight, knowing that they have an opportunity to help ensure that they are not separated by cruel policies. They will be able to, maybe hug each other a little bit tighter, knowing that they can remain together as a whole family here in this country as a result of this executive order. Those are the things that matter most. And those are the ways in which President Biden continues to fight for, communities across this country that, really deserve the opportunity that we know is so important in this election.
Yeah, we have seen, Julie, in our polling and other polling that shows that there's been some shifts by Latino voters away from the president. As I mentioned, 4.5 months away. What do you say to people, to critics who say that this is a political move to maintain support among Latino voters, especially in crucial battleground states like Nevada and Arizona?
Well, I'd really, ask them to look at the president's track record on this issue over the last 3 years of our administration. As I mentioned, on day one, he put forward the comprehensive common sense immigration reform bill. Following that, he took actions to expand the Affordable Care Act provisions to DACA recipients. He continued to find ways to ensure that families were reunited, like reuniting deported veterans, people who had served in our military and had unfortunately, been deported. So these are actions that the president has taken since day one of our administration.
Julie, so we are just a few days, honestly, about a little over a week away from the first debate. Can I ask you, how is the president preparing for this debate, and who is playing Donald Trump?
Well, the president, I think, is excited to really be able to show the American people the important choice that we have in front of us this election, and to be able to hold Donald Trump accountable for the extreme policies and positions that he's taken on so many issues like reproductive freedom, so many issues like immigration, again, as we were just talking about.
Right.
The Donald Trump continues to take even more and more extreme positions, professing to be a dictator on day one. And he'll have to answer for all of those policies and positions on the debate stage next week. And so we look forward to being able to show voters the choice that they have before them.
I know you have to go soon here, Julie, but I just got to ask you, what do you think about the new rules that includes like the mute button, no notes, no audience? Do you think the mute button actually helps or hurts Donald Trump in this?
Well, I believe that what's important is, the American people have an opportunity to be able to hear directly from the candidates and to be able to hear their position on the issues that matter most to them. So I do think it's important that we have, a strong, I think, debate that is fitting for, those that seek to choose to serve in the highest office. And I know that, President Biden really understands that kind of sense of character and that sense of leadership. And you will definitely see that from him on the debate stage next week.
Julie, last question. Marco Rubio is being considered to run as a potential VP contender on the ticket for the Republicans to run with Donald Trump. Do you think a Latino on the ticket like Marco Rubio would help with their efforts to appeal to Latino voters? How would you counter that? And what would be that impact to have a Latino official on the ticket?
Well, I don't think that there's any one individual or frankly, any one speech or any one thing that anyone can do, including Donald Trump or his campaign, that will, hide the fact that he despises my community. He has said so time and time again, and his policies also reflect that position.